With so many diets out there, how do I figure out which one is the right one for my body type? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is Nancy Ace. I am a personal trainer, fitness instructor, a Spartan, and health coach. And I have had the privilege and responsibility to help lots of people get to their health and fitness goal in an effective, efficient, and safe way. In today's video, I am going to share with you what has worked and what didn't, so you stop or avoid altogether making the mistakes I made. And I also want to talk about the different body types and what nutrition or nourishment each should have according to the different needs. And I said nutrition and nourishment. I try to avoid using the word diet, and that's because the word diet has been overused and it has gotten confusing. And as usual, I like to start with a story, and today I'm going to use my own little story about food and what I had to go through to finally make peace with food and start loving not only food, but especially my body. I was a very insecure woman. I was with a person that was very judgmental and critical. And no matter what I did, I felt like he was not happy with how I looked. So I tried everything that you could imagine. I tried the high protein, high fat. I tried the only vegetables and fruits diet. I tried the smoothies and shake protein, high protein. I tried everything. I remember just reading different articles in different magazines or listening to pros that were encouraging to try different products, and I tried that, and I would try all kinds of things. But one way or another, I didn't feel good. There were times that I looked good, but I felt tired. I had a headache most of the time. There were other diets that were not as bad, but I would feel bloated, particularly with the one that only included vegetables and legumes. So I felt like I didn't feel comfortable. And even though I was lifting a lot, I couldn't really develop much muscle mass. And that was because I wasn't eating enough protein. To make a really long story short, I tried everything, and one way or another, I did not have peace about where I was at because I wasn't giving my body what it needed. All right, let's get into the topic. And the question was, what diet should I do to have a healthy body? But I'm going to change the question so it can make more sense to you. How should I nourish? Please remember this word, my body. And I love to use the word nourish or nourishment, and that's because nourishment sounds more loving. If I say I'm going to nourish you, it is almost like an act of love. And that's what I want you to think about when it comes to your body. I want you to think about how you can give it what it needs. And like I said, there's 3 different body types. I am a meso type. There's the ecto, the meso, and the endomorphic. The meso has more muscle mass. The ecto has a leaner structure, and then the endomorphic, it has like a thicker bone structure. And I'm going to get into each and every one of them, and I'm going to tell you how much % of each food you should be having in order to have a healthy body. I'm going to start with the ecto, and the ecto is the body type, the leaner type. We know the boy or the girl that no matter what they eat, they don't seem to gain weight, and that's so frustrating, right? Well, they need 30% protein, 50% fat, and they can eat up to 55% of carbohydrates. They can get away with that. But that doesn't mean that they're healthy. Let's say they're eating more fat than they should be eating. We're gonna see it when we check their fat. I was shocked to see people that looked apart, lean, healthy in front of everybody, but when it was time to check their body fat, it was pretty high. And that told me that they were really close to developing high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and so forth. And another part was their physical endurance. I was able to tell that just because you don't have an excess amount of weight, it didn't mean that you are able to do things that other people that were into fitness, or not into, but I'm gonna say that were taking care of their fitness were. So pay attention to that as well. All right, now let's talk about the meso. And that is my type. The meso has more like a medium-sized structure. We develop lean muscle mass a little faster than the other two. The thing about us is that we can gain weight pretty quickly. We have more carbohydrates than we should have. We should have about 30% protein, about 30% fat. That's a good thing about the meso type. They can have a little more fat if you are a meso and enjoy the avocado and all those good foods. And we can get away with 40% of carbohydrates. So when I say get away, I can talk a little more about this body type because that's me. If we eat more carbohydrates, we can gain weight like this. And I'm telling you because in a day or two, over the weekend, I have gained up to 5 pounds. So it's quite frustrating. So I tend to mix it up. So let's say I want to eat more carbohydrates. I still have them, but I add more protein and fat. So the combination of them all helps me keep my weight regulated, balanced, right? So that is the meso. Then we have the endomorphic type. The endomorphic type can have more protein than the other two types, 35%. They can also have more fat, if you're into those good healthy fats like avocados, but unfortunately they can only have 25% of carbohydrates. If you are this body type, you might be thinking, no wonder my diet consists of a lot of carbs, perhaps 50, 60, 70. In some cases, in so many people's diet, it's about 90% carbs. So I recommend that you pay attention to your body, see what body type you are, and if you're not sure, my recommendation to you is do what I do with people, many people that want to lose weight and they're not sure what body type they are. Start with 30% protein. Have about 30% of fat. Since you're not sure, you don't want to have too little or have more, so we're gonna stay somewhere right there, about 30%. But I would like you to have 40% of carbohydrates. And if you are the endomorphic type, you might be thinking, excuse me, you just said that I can only have 25, now you're telling me to have 40? What's up with that? Yes, you can have 40, but I want 20% of that 40 to be out of vegetables and fruits. I'm talking about broccoli, bell peppers, tomatoes, all those good vegetables. So I would say 10%. And if you want to have the other 10% in fruits, that's fine too. But again, cannot be fruits or vegetables that are really high in sugar, in carbohydrates, like bananas. I wouldn't recommend for you to have 10% of that type of fruits. I would say have like blueberries, strawberries. You can have fruits like watermelon in small quantities. You know, they have a lot of water, but again, they have sugar. So try to mix it up so your diet won't be boring, but do not have no more than 10% in fruit though. 10% will be your max. And the other 20% will be your complex, not complicated, complex. Let's keep it simple. Your complex carbs. I'm talking about rice, preferably brown. It doesn't really matter to me. If you are having enough vegetables, you're going to have enough fiber in your diet. So there it is. Remember to just give it your best. Try to keep it within this number if you're not sure, and if you know what body type, and sometimes you might be both. I'm more of the meso and the endo. I'm a combination of these two, but my dominant is the meso. So I try to keep it within this number here, and I encourage you that if you're not sure, to go with this one. All right, my people, it was a pleasure to be here with you today. I hope you take time to figure out what body type you are. That makes all the difference, because then, only then, you can really go about giving your body the right amount of micronutrients, and knowing its power. So get powerful, not only in this area of your life, in your nutrition, which is very important, but also in your fitness, exercising your body, also in your mind and in your soul. Give your mind that rest that it needs. And of course, we also want to practice those habits like meditation or prayer that are going to help you get stronger in those areas as well. So until then, take good care of yourself. I love you all. See you next time. Bye.